Here is how I create beautiful fruit platters for my events so I don't have to rely on anyone else to do it for me. Making sure all of your fruit is cleaned properly and cut and just prepped the way that you want it to be before you lay it on the board makes your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you clean the rind. So even if there is an inedible part of the fruit, like the watermelon skin, you need to make sure you're scrubbing that skin because it will be touching other pieces of fruit that are edible. So I usually start by putting my bigger pieces of fruit on the outer corners. And the main thing you're trying to do at this stage is just cover up the board completely before you can start adding the smaller, more intricate pieces of fruit to diversify the look. I'm doing this randomly. This board wasn't as colourful as I wanted it to be. I had a few different dietary requirements that I had to take into consideration. So this was more of like an orangey, reddy board. As you can see, I'm playing around a little bit with some ideas. I'm swapping, I'm changing, I'm thinking, that doesn't look good there, I want it somewhere else. But you're really just trying to diversify in colour and texture. And to do this, you want to slice, chop, cut your fruit in different ways. So as you can see, I have some orange halves, I have some orange slices, I have some whole strawberries, I have some strawberries cut in half, and you could do that with every single piece of fruit. Even the really small pieces of fruit like blueberries, I have some of those a little bit later on that I pop in the gaps and then cut some in half, and it just looks really cute. I love the way cherries look on a fruit platter. I think they add, like, I don't know, some kind of sophistication. I don't know why I make that association, maybe because they're so flipping expensive, but especially when they're cut in half, that really deep red colour just adds just so much beauty to a board. So I'm just filling in the gaps. All of the space is gone, and I love it when it gets to this point because this is the really creative part. So all the gaps are filled, and now you can just choose where you want things. Like I said earlier, using the small pieces of fruit to fill in any spaces that you see. So pomegranates, blueberries, sometimes raspberries. Chop a few raspberries in half and you can just pop them in the gaps to fill bits and pieces. Whenever I'm hosting, I always use edible flowers with platters because it just looks so pretty. Those are from Marks and Spencer's and they were about £2 or £2.50. Here's the finished product.